Well, g'day curd nerds. Today we're going to be building this cheese press. Now, you would have seen many cheese presses on the channel, my small one included, where I use a spring to gauge the pressure of how much pressure I'm putting on the cheese. This press that I'm going to be making today is kind of like a Dutch press, but it's got an extra lever in there, or lever, however you want to say it. And it applies a certain amount of weight. Now, weight shouldn't be confused with pressure. Pressure is determined by the diameter, the weight on the diameter follower that you're using. So a big thank you to David Orson for making this video possible. He is the guy that sent me the cheese press, and you'll find that out in a minute as I read through the letter that he sent me. So it says, "Hi Gavin, I'm offering you this small gift in appreciation of your YouTube programs and for reintroducing me to the fine art of cheese making and, in bold letters, ruining my life thereafter. Back in my early 20s, just on 50 years ago, I worked at Tallangatta Cheese Factory making cheddar. Back in those days, it was a farmer's co-op and everybody took great pride in what they did. The cheese we made won blue ribbons all over Australia, including the Royal Melbourne Show and the Royal Easter Show in Sydney. It was good stuff. The factory had 4 or 5, I can't remember exactly, 1,250 gallon vats, although I don't remember all being used at the same time. We started work at 4 a.m. and knocked off just in time for the pub to serve its counter lunches. I can remember someone once asking me, 'You're surrounded by the stuff all day, how come you still eat it?' Well, the answer is simple. I love the stuff and always have, although I think my time at Tallangatta, I believe I can tell the difference between good cheese and crap. The factory is still there, though long since closed, if you feel like a drive up the Hume." He goes on further to say that he found the cheese press on the design on Cheese Forum, and he's cleaned it up a little bit. Apparently can press over 100 kilos of pressure, which is 220 pounds, with no ill effect, although he doesn't recommend it. Anyway, there's lots of photos. And also, most importantly, there is a weight pressing, what's this? All weights pressed adjusted. Oh, all right, so it's a weight pressing guide on how much weight at the end of the press it is. So it's not a true, I suppose it is, it's kind of like a Dutch press, but it uses the lever principle to apply pressure on the press. So there's a picture, I will show a close-up of that in a second, of what the press looks like when it's finished. So let's get to it. I'll put that there as a handy reference, because there's no other further instructions. It's not like an IKEA project. So I assume that's the press and dongle. That's the lever. It's got a notch on the end, so that's the lever that we put the weight on, whatever weight we're using. That's something. That is marked to go into the base, I think. Yes. Oh, and the base, turned over, Gav, and there's some instructions kind of on there. So we've got a 2-notch one and we've got a 1-notch one. All right, so let's pop that in there. Oh, all right, that lines up. Good, good. That one goes in there. Yeah, that looks pretty sturdy. I'll leave these on there, the little markings. Okay, what's next? So we've got that in place. So we've got to put the big long army thing Is that the 2 notch or the 1 notch? Oh, that's the tall one. The tall one has this big long thing on it. Okay. And it goes up that way, Gav. I don't know if I need the Wendy tool bag. Let's have a look. Alright. So that goes in there. Put the washer on. And the lock nut. Stay there. I can tighten that up in a minute. Alright, so far so good. Alright, what's the next bit? We've got to put this other arm on. And we have the... Oh, now I'm confused. Oh, it looks identical, so I don't think it makes any difference. Alright, let's have a look. Oops. So that goes there, I assume. Put the bolt through. Put that there. Tighten that lock nut up later. Right, so that hangs like that. Okay, the next bit is... This connects to... Ah, right, okay. No. Alright, now I'm confused. Oh, he's turned it around the other way. Right, okay. No, so that and that. Right, okay. So that... Whoop. Right, so that bit there, where the nut go? Right there. That goes in there. Is there any right or wrong? No, it's the same. All this wood's been varnished as well. It's looks like pine. It's not hardwood or anything. Probably doesn't need to be. Righto, so that goes there. That, I assume, goes on that. Take that out. Put that there. Righto, that's through. Put the washer on. Righto, so, and then we've got this. Where does that go? Okay. So this one's different. This one's got a wing nut on it. Okay. So let's... Oh, okay, right. So depending on how high... Yeah, okay. So I'll just put that one on there. So this can be adjusted, I think. If I can get the bloody wing nut on. There you go. Alright. Right, so that, I think I got it right. Let's have a look. Alright, so let's go and I'll just grab a few things and we'll see how we go. Right, so I've got myself a few things here. I've got a whole bunch of moulds behind me that I use, and I've never used this beast, that's for sure. It's a big 3 kilo one given to me by Lauder. And the reason was because my normal cheese press, this was too wide for it. So let's just have a look. We've got a couple of choices. Let's have a look. So this is a Lauder mould that I used in the Gouda video. So let's just see if... So if I put that like that, does this fit? So it needs a stable top. I think I'm going to have to put it up a bit. Let's have a look. A bit fiddly, but I think this will be fine. I've got a couple of notches I can go up. That's as high as she goes, but it'll go higher when I do the lever thing. Right, so I'm using a water jug that I can take off and put some more water in if I need to. I think that's a good idea. I'm using an electrical cable just in the interim until I figure something better, but that kind of works. So I'll be able to vary the amount of water in there for weight. This is a 2 litre container. So what is 2 kilos? So 2 litre container will give me 2 kilos plus the weight of the jug. Was it beam weight? I only need 1.66 kilos on this arm to give me 25 kilograms of pressure or 55 pounds. So that's massive. Okay, can I fit this? Oh, look at that. So that fits. And look, it goes down. So that works perfectly. All right, so no problem with that louder mould. And I had so much trouble trying to get a press for this one. Anyway, so we'll take this off. Have a look. I'm not testing the pressure at the moment. I just want to check it for fit. So let's see if we can get this beast. Now, it does need something on top of this one. Oh, come here, bugger. So I may need to drill another hole in the arm. Hang on, let me... Oh, right. So that's probably about where you would fill the curds to. Put that there. Pretty high, maybe. I don't think that might work. Let's have a look. Yeah, the jug's going to get in the way, so that may be a bit of an issue. But definitely doable. We could probably do something there, I reckon. Yeah, definitely. And that has to have that board on top, so that would have to be added into the weight as well. So that we can do that. What else can we do? Oops. Take that one out of the way. Standard one. So that's not low enough. Oops, dropped my cable. So I would have to bring this down. So for the louder moulds, I need the bottom one. Let's just say now, normally the curds would come to about there. I'll get a hole for that. So let's probably down one more. So how many holes can I see? 2 holes. Right, that'll do. So this is my 165 mould that I use all the time in the videos that you've seen. Okay, cool, right, so that's level with the top there, and the follower is in here. There's nothing in it, so you won't be able to tell, but let's just see if that works as far as the juggy thing goes. Yeah, and if it gets any lower than that, then I just adjust this stick and lower it down another notch and put the pressure back on again. All right, so let's check. We can do a very basic check. I know it's not pounds. Oh, here's another. Will that go? Yeah, that'll do. That one's a bit higher, so I'll probably put this up a couple of notches, so that one will work still. This is a new basket that I've got online that it's part of the blue cheese one, and I 3D printed a follower for it. Right, so let's just see if I can do an indication. This is my postal scale. So let's put it down a bit. So it's at least going to be touching it. All right. Now, I know this isn't very scientific, but we will at least have a fair idea of how much weight is being applied, and we can guess from there. Right, so, because pounds per square inch is determined by not only how much pressure you put on the follower, but it also determined by the diameter of the pressing plate. So just pounds per square inch. Anyway, or kilograms per square centimetre, I think that's a thing. Okay, so the resting weight of pressure is, well, it says, hang on, 2.9 unloaded on my scale, and David's got 2.85, so that's with a beam weight of 0. So there's that much pressure just from the wood and the lever action. If I throw on my trusty jug, whew, so that's applying, according to my scale, 20.3 kilograms of pressure. And this is probably about that full. So what's that, about 1.5 litres? What would it be on David's scale, roughly? 20 kilos or 20.5 kilos. So that's about 1.2 kilograms. So it must be about 1.2 litres of water in my jug, or a little bit less because of the weight of the jug as well. So that's 20 kilograms of pressure just with that. That's pretty good. Now, if I put more water in it, let's just do that. Take that off and put that back on again. Well, now the scale says it's 3 kilos. I must have done something. No, anyway, let's put some more water in it. So that's nearly full, and that's 2 litres something. Let's just tear this back to 0 again. Okay, tear, yep. So that's saying, oh, that's because I got that on there. I'm an idiot. Because I got the cable on there, that takes it up to 3.5 kilos already, all right. So I'd have to take that into account. So I put this jug's nearly full. Don't want to break the press. Right, so we've got 27 kilos, which is about, nearly 60 pounds of pressure just from that. And it's, yeah, look, fairly sturdy. I'll probably have to tighten up the nuts a little bit. But that's outstanding. I would be able to press at probably, yeah, how far does the scale go up to? 38 kilos. So probably by putting a little bit more, I've got filled the water up to about there. So a little bit more water will probably be okay. And we'll get some more pressure there. But yeah, it looks like it's going to work like a treat. Yeah, the scale. I'll turn it around the other way just so you guys can see. So there it is without any weight on it. Hopefully it says, it says 2.9. And like I said, you put that on there. It puts more weight on it, and then you put the, there we go. We've gone all the way up to 27 kilos of pressure, of weight, sorry, not pressure, it's different. 27, which is about 59 pounds, I would think. Anyway, fantastic. So that is it in all its glory. Great looking press, easy to put together once I figured it out, of course. But yeah, fairly simple design, kind of based on the Dutch press. The Dutch press doesn't have this lever here. The Dutch press is directly connected to this top bar without this lever, and it just presses down. There's not much to it. It just needs more sturdy, needs to be more sturdy on this brace here on a Dutch press. But this is a great little design, and not much weight on the end, and you get a lot of pressure at the pressing plate, so really good. I'm very impressed with the design, so thank you very much, David. I really appreciate you sending me this press, and it will feature in quite a few more videos. I'm trying to get a pot that will accommodate enough milk so I can fill this bad boy up, and yeah, we'll go from there and make some really nice cheese. So don't forget that, you know, I'll try and find the instructions for how to build this cheese press. It's on cheeseforum.com, .org somewhere. I'll go and try and find the link, put it in the description below. However, I have made a cheese press video previously. It's a DIY cheese press, and it showcases a whole bunch of cheese presses that a lot of people in the Facebook group Learn to Make Cheese sent to me, and I did a little montage type thing, and you can see all the ingenious ways people press their cheese at home. Thanks for watching, Curd Nerds. If you want to support the channel, you can do so over on Patreon or via YouTube memberships. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Hit the little notification bell so you can get notified of lots more cheesy videos on the channel coming up. Well, thanks for watching, Curd Nerds, and I'll see you next time.